start off with the activity. Okay, everyone stand up. Observe your breathing. Now I want you to jump for 10 seconds. Okay, now how do you feel now? How you are breathing? It's very fast. Comparatively, it is very fast. Now sit down. So, do you have any idea about today's topic? About our body. It is an organ system. Do you have any idea now? Yes, very good. Respiratory system. Today we are going to start off with the respiratory system. Under organ system we are going to see only one system, that is respiratory system. Do you know what is respiratory system? Yes, the process of respiration. What is respiration? The action of breathing is said to be respiration. Okay, for the respiration, what is the major organ involved in the respiration? Lungs. Okay. Lungs is the major organ responsible for the respiration. Other than that, we are having so many organs that and parts which is responsible for the respiration. That we are going to see. We are going to see about the external organs as well as the internal organ which is present in the respiratory system, followed by the mechanism of breathing. Okay, shall we start off with the video?
Respiration in humans. Respiration is the process of taking in oxygen and releasing carbon dioxide. It is through this process that all living organisms take in oxygen that is necessary for the oxidation of glucose. Next.
So, what gases we are taking through our nose? Oxygen. We are inhaling oxygen and exhaling carbon dioxide. Okay, why we require oxygen? Do you have any idea? Because our tissues require the oxygen. All the organs is made up of tissues. We have so many types of tissues which is covered by the organs. Okay, so these organs require oxygen for the biological process. That's why we are inhaling the oxygen. And the blood is responsible for supplying this oxygen to all the parts of the body through the circulatory system. Okay, while the blood is originated from the body, it is developed as a deoxygenated blood. That is, D means absence. So absence of oxygen. So the blood without oxygen is produced in our body and it is sent to the. Before that, I want to ask one question. From where the blood is originated? Heart. No, it is originated from the bone marrow. Okay, it is originated from the bone marrow. Why it is originated? It is originated as a blood without oxygen. Okay, so this blood goes to the heart. Then heart is having all the deoxygenated blood. Okay, so this deoxygenated blood is supplied by the pulmonary artery of heart to the lungs. So lungs is having all the oxygen. We all know lungs is responsible for respiration. So the oxygen can be present in the lungs. So the heart is having one part called pulmonary artery. This pulmonary artery is producing the blood to the lungs. Okay, this lungs is again doing the process called oxygenation process. Then the blood is getting all the oxygen. So now the blood is changed to the oxygenated blood. This oxygenated blood is again supplied to all the parts of the organs. Do you understand? So this is how the oxygen plays an important role, and the lungs also play a vital role for the oxygenation process. Do you understand? Now shall we move on to the parts which is present in the respiratory system. Before that, I want to continue this.
Look at the part air travels as it moves through the respiratory system of animals. To follow this path, we will use the human respiratory system as our example. The respiratory organs of humans are the lungs. These sac-like organs are pink in color and from the thoracic cavity. As we inhale,
So the lungs is present in the thoracic cavity, that is in the chest region. Okay, in the chest region only the lungs is present. Okay.
it will reach the lungs where the oxygen will be exchanged for carbon dioxide, which we will then exhale. In order for the air to reach the lungs, it has a long way to travel. The nose is the entry point for air moving into respiratory system. Good.
So the first organ which is responsible for the respiratory system, which is an external organ, is the nose. Through the nose only we are inhaling the air, that is oxygen. Through the nose only we are exhaling the carbon dioxide. Okay? So the nose is the entry point where it is the first organ which is responsible for the respiratory system. Okay? So in nose, have you feel that hair-like structures is present inside your nose? Do you know the function of that hair? No? So this hair-like structures is responsible for filtering the dust particles as well as other germs, microorganisms from the atmosphere, because we are inhaling the oxygen directly from the atmosphere. Our atmosphere is having all the dust particles, pollution and other microorganisms also present in the atmosphere. For that, the cilia, that is a hair-like structure present in the nose. It filters the oxygen and it will send to the pharynx. The next part we have to study
The
is
nose opens into a cavity above the upper jaw and then into a space called the pharynx. The pharynx is the common pathway for both food and air.
So, pharynx is a muscular organ which is responsible for the pathway for food as well as the wind. Okay, wind means air. So, the pharynx will send the food to the food pipe, that is esophagus, and the air to the wind pipe, that is trachea. So, wind pipe is the next part. Okay, next one.
The pharynx continues into a tube known as the trachea. Connecting the pharynx to the trachea is the larynx.
So, in between the pharynx and the windpipe, that is trachea, we are seeing one small muscular part, that is the larynx. Larynx is a folded tissue which is also called as the voice box. So, from there only we are getting the voice. So, larynx is having the folded tissue. So, what is tissue? A group of cells is said to be tissues. Okay, these tissues are folded in structure. So what happens when the air hits the larynx, it produces as a sound. That's why we are getting the voice. That's why the larynx is said to be voice box. Okay, so where it is present in between the pharynx and the trachea, that is windpipe. Okay.
Commonly known as the voice box. The trachea extends downward and divides into right and left bronchi that are also in the thoracic cavity.
So, can you see this trachea gives rise to two branch-like structures which gives rise to left limb as well as the right limb. So, the bronchus, this region is said to be bronchus. The single bronchi is said to be the bronchus. The pair of bronchus is said to be bronchi. Okay?
Each bronchus will lead into a lung. And as it enters, it will divide further into bronchioles and alveolar ducts, which end.
So, this bronchus gives rise to a small branch-like structures called bronchioles. Okay, so bronchus is divided into two branches, and the branches is further divided into two or three branches is said to be bronchioles. Okay, this bronchioles, what is the function of this bronchioles? So it provides the oxygen, it passes the oxygen to the alveoli region. Alveoli region, you can see here, the alveoli region is present at the end of the bronchi.
Inside which the exchange of the oxygen and carbon.
The bronchioles is giving rise to a small grape-like structure or small sac-like structure called alveoli. Alveoli is the air sacs which having all the oxygen and carbon dioxide which is stored. Okay, it's a bag-like structure. Okay, stores all the oxygen. So through the nostrils we are inhaling the oxygen, and it goes through the pharynx, larynx, then it goes to the windpipe, then it further goes to the bronchus, then it goes to the bronchioles, then it goes to the alveoli region. In alveoli region only these oxygen and carbon dioxide is stored. Okay.
Carbon dioxide gases takes place.
So what is the function of the alveoli? Alveoli is the exchange of gas. That is, if the oxygen is inhaled and the carbon dioxide want to expel out, this alveoli region helps them to move from lungs to the nose and the nose to the lungs. Okay.
Now let's take a look at what's actually taking place when you breathe. As you breathe in the diaphragm, a muscle line across the bottom of the chest cavity.
So the another structure which is present base of the lungs, that is said to be diaphragm. So what is that? Diaphragm. So diaphragm is a muscular region which is supporting the internal organ, that is lungs. Okay, this lungs is supported by the region called diaphragm, and it is covered by a rib cage. Okay.
Rib begin contracting. As a result, the rib cage will lift and expand. This will increase the space inside the thoracic cavity and lungs.
So as you can see, so this rib cage, when you are inhaling, this rib cage will go upwards and outwards, and the diaphragm will go downwards. Okay, when you are exhaling, this diaphragm will go upwards and the rib cage will relax and go downwards. Okay, this process is said to be inhalation and exhalation process. This comes under the mechanism of breathing. Okay.
Oxygen-rich air will be pulled into the lungs through the nose by the process of inspiration. Oxygen will move out of the alveoli and into the tissues, while carbon dioxide will move into the alveoli. As the diaphragm relaxes, the lungs will return to the normal size.
Can you see?
Air with carbon dioxide will be pumped out of the lungs in the process known as expiration. As inspiration and expiration continue, the carbon dioxide will leave our bodies and the oxygen we need will be brought in and sent to the tissues.
So here you can see inspiration and expiration. So inspiration means the process of inhaling the oxygen to the lungs is said to be inspiration. That is also called as inhalation. Okay. Then expiration means the process of expelling out the carbon dioxide from the lungs to the atmosphere is said to be expiration. Okay.
Summary. All living organisms respire in order to release energy from glucose. The respiratory organs of humans are the lungs. Alveoli are tiny grape-like sacs in which the exchange of gases takes place. Drawing air into lungs is the process of inspiration. Exhaling air is the process of expiration.
Okay, tell me, what is the membrane covering the heart? Heart is covered by a pericardial fluid, you have studied. So, now the lungs is covered by a double-layered membrane called pleura. What is that? Pleura. Okay, this pleura is a fluid-like substance which is protecting the lungs. Okay, that is another point. Next. So I want one girl to mark the parts. Okay, go ahead to first part. Can you mark this part? First one. First one.
Try again.
First one. For the first lady. Can you mark nose?
Excellent.
Come here. Can you mark bronchi?
Excellent.
So, the air inhaled through the nose and it reaches the pharynx. Then the windpipe is said to be trachea, and the trachea is further divided into two branches, that is bronchi, and the bronchi gives rise to bronchioles and it leads to the left and right lung. If you feel it, the lungs is the left lung is smaller than the right lung. This is because the heart is present at the left side of the thoracic cavity. That's why it leaves the space for the left lung and the heart. Okay. Shall we see what is breathing?
We've learned that respiration is the process by which our body derives energy from the food.
Tell me one thing. Do we need energy to produce the respiration? Do we need or not? We need energy to process the respiration. So we are getting it from the food. The food that we are taking is mostly carbohydrates. This carbohydrates is further divided into sugar molecules, that is glucose. This glucose is the energy, that is ATP molecules, adenosine triphosphate. Through this, with the help of the ATP only, we can able to do the respiratory process. You understand?
Do we consume? In order to facilitate aerobic respiration, our body must take in oxygen from the environment and throw out carbon dioxide, a waste product of respiration. This gas exchange that is needed for respiration takes place in our lungs when we inhale and exhale. This is what we call breathing. Our lungs are located inside the chest cavity. Ribs surround the cavity on both sides.
So which part is covering the lungs? Rib cage. Rib cage is protecting the lungs. Okay?
A muscular sheet called the diaphragm forms the floor of the chest cavity. When we breathe in or inhale, the ribs move up and outwards, while the diaphragm contracts and moves downwards. This enlarges the chest cavity.
So, as we seen earlier, diaphragm is going downwards during the inhalation and the rib cage is going outwards and upwards during the inhalation. That is when you breathe in. When you breathe out, that is during the exhalation, the diaphragm will go upwards and the rib cage will relax. That is, it goes downwards. And okay.
As the lungs expand, air is sucked in through the nose and mouth. During inhalation, air taken in through the nostrils passes from the nasal cavity, through the windpipe, to the bronchial tubes, and from there,
What is this?
through the bronchioles, into the air sacs or alveoli. Oxygen passes through the thin walls of the air sacs and is taken into the blood through the tiny blood capillaries that surround these air sacs. During exhalation, carbon dioxide moves from the blood capillaries into the air sacs. It is carried through the bronchioles and the bronchial tubes into the windpipe. It is then removed through the mouth or nasal passage. When When we breathe out or exhale, the ribs move down and inwards, while the diaphragm relaxes and moves upwards into the chest cavity. As the chest cavity gets smaller,
So as you can see, nasal cavity, nostrils, mouth. During the heavy breathing, we used to breathe through our mouth. This is because due to the heavy practices, heavy physical activities, we bound to do more amount of breathing. Okay, that is we take more amount of oxygen. That is on an average, the human being, adult human being will take up to 15 to 18 times per minute. But during the physical activity, heavy physical activity, we take up to 25 times per minute. How many times? 25 times per minute. Okay. Next. This is the concept map. You can see expiration and the inspiration. Diaphragm is relaxed while the expiration process takes place, and the diaphragm will contract during the inhalation. These are all the organs which is responsible for the respiratory system. Next, go ahead. Can you do the right answer? Yes. Human beings breathe in dash and breathe out dash and dash. Do you have any other cases? Human beings breathe in. Very good. Can you come? That is commonly called as voice box. Voice box. Pharynx is not a voice box. Can you do this? Very good. Can you come third girl at the back? Third girl. What are exhalation and inhalation together called? Any other guesses? No? Your chance. Can you come and do? Very good. Next, we are going to do the game. Okay? Can you come here?
This question goes to Team 1.
Come this way. Yes. The lungs are covered by a membrane called dash. Have to put it inside. Lungs, not heart. So, Come first. Trachea is commonly called. Can you do fast? Trachea is commonly called windpipe.
This question goes to team 3.
The exchange of gases takes place in So this is the worksheet. What is this part? Nose. Okay. So I will give this worksheet. I want you to do it in the home and you have to bring it to me. Okay. So this is all about the respiratory system. So without the oxygen, we can't able to survive. Okay. Plants is giving us the oxygen. We are giving out the carbon dioxide. Oxygen is a very important gas which is required for all the organs of the body, not only lungs. It is responsible for so many biological processes. All the organs is having the energy because of the respiratory system.